So if you have any doubt, you can put up in the chat box. I'll be clearing them up. And today, as we all know, that we are going to discuss lesson number 4, that is heat. And in that heading of heat, the first heading we have is hot and cold. In summers, of course, as the temperature right now is going on, we say that it is hot, very hot. At times it is clammy also, that means you feel like sweating a lot. That is because of more of the humidity around us. But in summers also, when there is this weak shining hot sun, there also we may sweat a lot. The body does that to compensate the temperature outside the body. And of course in winters we say that it is totally cool. To begin with, there is this table given on the first page of the chapter. That is table 4.1. And in that table 4.1, we have certain columns given, object, whether it is cool or cold or warm or hot. There are certain objects they had mentioned below. And the next column says about being cool. And the last one says about being hot. The first one, ice cream.
Ma'am, cool.
And the next one is, of course, spoon in tea. You are going to tell me the options to them where we are supposed to make a tick mark. Like in book itself, for ice cream, it's been put as cool. What about the spoon in a teacup? Or morning also, of course, very soon we expect that the people will be coming to school. Morning before coming to the school, what we do is that we drink milk, hot milk. And in that milk, once you dissolve any of the health drink, maybe it is like Bournvita or Horlicks or any other, the spoon also becomes hot. So therefore, we are supposed to make a tick mark under the heading being warm or hot. This table we are supposed to draw in the fair notebook. Then last one, of course, is fruit juice. Fruit juice. And the handle of the pan. Now this handle of the pan, maybe the pan may be of a frying pan, it may be the handle of the cooker, either of those. In this case, once we are talking about fruit juice definitely will be cool. And handle of the pan also remains cool. See, the container, the one in which you are frying the things, or the one which you are using basically to cook, that vessel will be hot, but of course the handle will be cool. So after completing this table, we move ahead understanding activity number 4.1. What is this activity 4.1 given here? Activity 4.1 is also an indication of trying and understand hot and cold. Note it down fast and let me take up the next activity. And here I am bringing some of the thermometers to show you how various thermometers basically nowadays we use for measuring temperature. And here we have You have noted down by now, and let's understand for this activity 4.1, wherein we have three vessels. The person has taken vessel number A, B, and C. A, B, and C. Now, what we have done in this activity is, in three different mugs, A contains cold water, B contains hot water, and the C is a mixture of both. Okay? And in this, once you have put up these contents, you are trying to test with the hand putting in the water. What did we observe? That the moment you put your hand in the A part, it says you feel cool. Once you put your hand in B, you feel that it is hot. Yeah, of course, if you are trying to do this activity at home, we'll be careful that the water is not too hot. It should not burn the hand. Now we are putting both the hands in C container. C says that C is a bit warm. See, depending on our senses, skin also contains sensors, sensory cells. In higher classes, you are going to read about them. And they basically convey some of the changes going on around our body to the brain. Basic question comes over here is that if you had put up your left hand, if you had put up your left hand here, and you are putting both the hands left and right, left was feeling it cool here, left will feel a bit warmer here. But if you have put up your right hand in this one, this was hot. Now this right hand you are putting in C. C water is not that hot as the water in B container. So the hand which you had put in B container will feel a bit cooler in C, which is actually wrong. You may say, for example, if my left hand was there in beaker B or the mug B, and the same left hand now I'm putting in beaker C. So I will feel that beaker C is actually cooler, which is not right. Beaker C is also warm. It is not as hot as beaker B, but it is still warm. What this activity basically tells us about? This activity says that the sense organs, the hands, cannot be used as a standard form of the measurement of temperature. Our own senses, हमारे अपने senses, they are not giving us a right guidance. They are sometimes telling that this water in the C beaker is cold. Sometimes they are saying it is warm, which is actually wrong. So there was this need, if the hands cannot work for it, if the senses cannot work for it, what should we use to basically find out the hotness and coolness of any body? There comes this term, what we call as temperature. Temperature is basically the measurement of hotness and coolness in a body. And this basically we have here on our page, wherein it says the temperature, definition of the temperature. That is, it's the degree of hotness and coolness in any body. How to measure that temperature? See, initially we had
Hotness.
one we
A
call as
regular measure of the hotness of an object is its
clinical
temperature.
thermometer, and nowadays in our homes we also
Temperature is
use.
measured by a device called thermometer.
You are saying something, kid? Well, here we have this thermometer. This small thermometer we use to measure the body temperature. And if you see that there is this side which is white in color, and basically there is this side, if we can see, this side basically contains some numbers and a very thin line in the middle of it, that is mercury. This mercury is actually filled in this bulb. This bulb carries mercury, and the temperature range here we have is between 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Because human body will not have a less temperature than 35 degrees Celsius and will not have a more temperature than 42 degrees Celsius. See, I should say that there was another unit which was used to be taken up for measurement previously, which is actually known as Fahrenheit. 37 degrees Celsius, or it should be like 97.4, 98.4. That is the normal body temperature. But nowadays we measure in terms of degrees Celsius only. It's like more authentic measurement for the temperature in any body. This thermometer we call as clinical thermometer. Clinical thermometer means that thermometer which is used to measure the temperature of human body. In human body, how to put this? See, there are these young kids, infants, the small ones, 0 to 1 years of age. They don't know how to put this in the mouth and be safe. They may chew it, they may crush it inside their mouth, and mercury is highly poisonous. Generally, the temperature using this clinical thermometer is taken up by keeping this bulb under the tongue for around 1.5 minutes, and that gives the exact temperature of the body. But in younger kids, 0 to 1 years of age, wherein they don't know how to manage this in the mouth, this is kept below their arm, the armpit. And it is closed like this inside their armpit. It is kept there for some time. And there it is taken out to give the temperature of their body. This, I should say, is also, in a way, an old technology. To avoid the harms of mercury, what we have nowadays is the digital thermometer. Here the reading will be, of course, you will be measuring it as like 37 degrees Celsius, and after that, every small unit will indicate for 0.2. So this is how you measure the temperature in this one. But this digital thermometer, you can very well measure. That means you are supposed to put in the mouth or in the armpit and press this button. It has the cells. We can take out this opening. This gets opened, and here we can insert the cells. Button cells are there, small ones. And this is actually kept in the mouth. Digital thermometer. Nowadays, I think both these we have in our homes. Both of them, they will fall in the category of clinical thermometer. Both of them, they are known as clinical thermometer. And once again, I repeat, the range is 35 to 42 degrees Celsius. So there is this limited range only. Can I use this thermometer to measure the temperature of the milk I'm drinking or the tea? The answer is no. We should never go for it. The reason is very simple, that this is going to get damaged. If you are putting it in more temperature, what happens? The mercury here is going to sense the temperature and it will start rising in the column. After 42 degrees, of course, the water or the tea or the milk will be higher than 42 degrees Celsius. And then it goes out and it may burst this end and come out of it, which is very dangerous. And mercury will spread all over the area. To avoid such harms, because mercury is poisonous, here we have this digital thermometer, and that using is very easy. You are keeping this below the tongue and you are switching this button on. The moment we keep it on, it is going to show the temperature. Again, the process is same, that you are supposed to keep this below the tongue minimum 1 minute, max 1.5 minutes will be okay. And for small kids, in the armpit, that is raising their hand and keeping it there for 1.5 minutes. This gives the temperature and the range 35 to 42, not beyond that. Now, how to see the temperature in this one? For example, if I am holding this, there are certain precautions. If you want to measure the temperature, first of all, if you are using this mercury thermometer, then this thermometer should be, of course, nicely you are supposed to throw it 2 to 3 times. You must be pushing it this way so that the mercury level goes down 35 degrees Celsius. Then only it should be put below the tongue. And if you are talking about this other thermometer for digital, there is no such precaution there. So basically, this is used to measure the temperature and temperature, of course, is the degree of hotness or coldness. If you are using clinical thermometer, the range will be and the precautions. There are certain precautions to be used. First and the foremost is that you are supposed to keep the thermometer in such a way that measuring its temperature will be right in the eye contact, directly in the eye contact, neither low nor high. Here we have the precautions on page number 37, and this is for measuring temperature. Measuring temperature, the precautions will be the first and the foremost. This thermometer or this one must be washed. And the temperature must be in such a way, that it is readable. That means if I'm measuring the temperature, it must be like this in front of my eyes. It should not be like either up or down below. And it must not be like far away wherein I cannot read it. We are using this clinical thermometer. After the use by every patient or every person, it must be washed and kept carefully. And whenever you are trying to use it with any person, you must not hold the bulb with your fingers. You must not press it very hard. And before using for a simple golden rule, wash and just give it a few jerk so that the temperature or this mercury goes below 35 degrees Celsius. These are for this particular clinical thermometer wherein we are using mercury. Now there is a very simple question that are these rules applicable for this digital thermometer also? Well, keeping it safe, yes. Not pressing it hard, yes. Before using, washing it, yes. But this jerk, keeping the jerk so that the temperature goes below 35 degrees is not applicable to this one. The moment you switch it off, it goes to 0. Okay? Now one thing, maybe the nature, of course, of the kids is being inquisitive. So there may be one thing that once the temperature rises up, the mercury rises up. Mercury is in the bulb only, we know very well. Now once it rises up, it is kept in the mouth. It has risen above 37 degrees Celsius, fine. The moment I take it out from my mouth, why does it not fall back to the bulb again? Why is it staying here only, whichever temperature it has noticed? The reason is that there is this, if you just observe carefully, we call it as kink. There is this small notch here exactly. Here exactly. Please try and observe. There is this kink. One turn you can say, one swelling you can say. There is this twist we call as kink. There is a proper term we use for it, K-I-N-K. This kink over here does not allow the mercury risen to go back on its own. I repeat, this is a 1-mark question, a very important question that is asked many times from the chapter. Why the temperature that has been recorded by this thermometer, the mercury that has risen up to 37 degrees Celsius does not go down on its own? Why is it so? It does not go down on its own because there is this kink here. What is the function of this kink? The mercury that was here, with the temperature has started rising up and it has crossed this 37-degree bar. Now you are taking it out from the mouth and you are trying to view it. By that time itself, it does not slip down back. No, it cannot slip down back. Reason is that it has this kink. It prevents the falling back of the mercury to the bulb. So this two forms of the thermometer we call as clinical thermometer. And there are some thermometers which are used for higher temperature, for measuring higher temperatures. In laboratory, for example, I am experimenting. Then in that case, I cannot use this. I have to use the thermometer to measure the temperature, higher temperature it is going in a system, water is boiling off, I need to measure the temperature, I cannot use this. There, of course, we need to use laboratory thermometer. And there is one more type of thermometer, we call it as maximum minimum thermometer. Maximum minimum thermometer. See, this gives us day and night temperature. You must have seen in the weather report wherein it says that the highest temperature will be, of course, say for example 42 degrees Celsius and the lowest will be around like 25 or 27. Every day the weather forecast comes and therein they give this maximum and minimum temperature of the day. That is measured with the help of another type of thermometer that is known as maximum minimum temperature measuring thermometer. Maximum minimum thermometer. And how do they measure it? You know, at times you may feel that they are just saying 40 degrees Celsius and I feel more hotness here. It may be even hotter than 40, it may be 45. So it is particular places they go and they keep their instrument and they measure it during the peak time of the day around 12 o'clock. And minimum temperature at times we feel that in Rajasthan itself, for example, it has gone up to -1. We may feel it never had gone up to -1 or 1. How do they measure it? They go in somewhere, for example, in some of the areas near Pilani, if they are measuring, they will be going somewhere in open areas, in fields, and there they keep it, and then definitely the temperature drops below 0 degrees Celsius. Mount Abu also, it drops below that. So that asks for the minimum temperature. That means minimum to the minimum possible during the day. In a state, this was it. District wise, again, it can vary. So that is all about the different types of thermometer slits. What I would expect you is that please read 4.1 heading and 4.2 heading of the chapter and come prepared for the next coming up, wherein we are going to deal about laboratory thermometer. Happy learning, kids. Take care.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.